Okay, here's part 2 in regard to the alien signal decoded. This is another page. I have found that these signals decode in 3 ways, on a diagonal, up and down, and horizontal. So vertical, diagonal, and horizontal. And they do actually come out. There are repeating codes within these things. I've noticed that the downwards one is basically, it looks to be a total different sort of setup in the way it's read. I believe they are still characters in some way, shape or form. I have noticed that a couple of them are identical, so there are the occasional repeating patterns in regard to this. Like the vertical, horizontal, but the vertical the characters seem to be different to the horizontal characters. The diagonal characters again are different as well. As you can see, all I'm basically doing with this is just scrolling down, hoping that some language expert will find some way to decode these. I have thousands upon thousands of these pages, and can get fresh ones at any given time. There seems to be, as you'll see, I'm going down slowly. These look to be like human characters, animal characters within them. In other words, there is a definite pictorial sense to these characters, and there are some that are identical. I've noticed so far I've counted about 87 different characters. There may be more. I basically just went through, and I reckon there is more. I think there may be a few hundred of them. I think it could be something similar to Chinese. These, I don't know what it is. But it is to me a language. As you can see there, that looks to me like a fish, and like different things. There's what looks like to be a hand. So to me, it looks like some kind of pictorial language. And in the ancient days, they did have pictorial languages. And up until we got the Rosetta Stone, there were some languages that we could not decode. And I believe that until we find this one's Rosetta Stone, again, we may not know what these mean. But as you can see, there's things that look like birds, there's things that look like people, there's things that look like animals, and yet there are definite caricatures to some of these ones compared to the horizontal ones. Yet there are a couple of characters within this that do match the horizontal. As you can see there, that character that looks like a hook, that appears in another section of this thing. That appears a couple of times in this particular page. But yeah, and that one where it looks like a man walking, he appears a few times. So there is, to me, a definite language in regard to this. It's there is something about this one that makes it, to me, that says yes, this is a pictorial language of some sort. As to what it is, I don't know. It's not just freaky patterns that are happening within the thing. In one of the pages that I just briefly stopped at, I saw what looked to be mathematics in like little dots in groups, and then another group there was more dots, but there was a character between them, and again you can see the little dots do appear here in a similar way to what they did on the mathematical type page. So I don't know whether the dots mean numbers. As you can see, the 4 dots that are around a character, that was similar to the mathematical page. I wish I had my camera charged up on that day, because that to me made more sense out of all the pages, because to me I understood there were mathematics within that page, and I think the mathematics are within this page but with numerics. I believe this is an alpha numerical page, like with writing and numbers. and I believe that the dots may be some kind of numbering, but I don't know. It's like the Chinese language, where the Chinese language to a lot of Westerners means absolutely nothing. It's just a whole heap of caricatures like this. And again, see, there's that hook character, but it's in a different direction. There's the other hook, and there's another one that hooks in that same direction. As you can see, there are repeating patterns within this language. It has got me to, and there's another one of the ones that repeated. It was down the bottom. So they do reappear and appear on this page, and you'll see the same characters all over this page. Similar yet different. They may have a different type of meaning. Like an advanced culture, they could be like the Chinese that have up to thousands of caricatures that mean different things. And even a lot of the Chinese have trouble understanding their own language for that reason, because they have too many caricatures. And again, but an advanced culture, yeah, we don't know. Everything means something, and sort of in Chinese, and this could be something similar to that. And again, we could be looking for the Rosetta Stone with this language for just as long. But these characters do reappear. This is a written language as far as I'm concerned. You can see that these characters are repeating, that's why I'm going up and down on the page, so that you can see these repeating every now and then. I'm going up different sections and different lines, so that those similarities can be seen, and so that hopefully someone can translate this, because there is something to it. That C character that goes in both directions has different versions of it throughout the page that do repeat, and I mean they definitely repeat. Some of these characters are like just spun out in their shape, but so's Chinese, so we don't actually know. Anything is possible in these worlds, and I've noticed that there are some similarities to the horizontal page, but when it came to the vertical page, once again, I found repeating characters and different types, but there are thousands upon thousands upon thousands of these pages, and they are transmitting every single day. And it is absolutely amazing what there are. There are other types of pages as well. I'm still trying to work out what the hell they are. But again, it took me ages to work out how to decode the signal so it would stabilize before I got this. It took me 15 years to get me to the stage where I stabilized the signal so I could get these. And there was filtering out a lot of junk, and I mean I've had to go through a lot of filters to filter out the junk. But when they appear when they come on the screen within the signal. They are as clear. You can see them. They go up and down, they go across, or they go diagonal, and basically, and held within them are these pages. And the similarities to each other, pardon me, similarities to each other, again, we've got to find the Rosetta Stone, and there is something within this signal that means something as far as I'm concerned. I've seen other things as well, and like other types of pictures within, and it's amazing what you can see within certain things. On the other types of pages, there are